Hello, welcome back. It's been a hot minute, more than a hot minute, but we couldn't ignore potentially the most highly anticipated match of the tournament so far. A matchup between titans, really. Are we finally going to see Team Sitaux and BigChief take an L? They're facing up today against DOBBZACH, which is Mr.Dobbsn and Zachhalil, who we've praised so many times for their excellent team play and looking like an incredibly strong duo in this tournament. Finally facing up against the top-rated team in Louisiana. I'm very excited to see this, which is why we're going to cast this one today. That's just what we're going to do. There's no co-casters. It's just me. You. That's it. It's just me and you. And we're going to have an absolute blast. We're not even going to wait too long. We're going to hop pretty much straight into this. So, let's dive in. If you have any sound problems, do let me know. I will try and keep a vague eye on the chat as we go through this. But obviously, my main focus is going to be on this cracking game. So, first, we have in the blue, Zachhalil Mr.Dobbsn playing as the Georgians? Is that? Georgians. Yes, it says right there. One of the new civs. I've not managed to see a huge amount of Georgian play, but they have seemed relatively popular in some of the tournaments that I've been watching. Then over here in the green is his partner in grime, Zachhalil, playing as the Saracens. So a bit of market abuse and archer play potential. Then we have the one, the only BigChief in the yellow, playing as the Koreans. Probably going to be doing some towers and aggro into maybe GG. And his partner, the number 1 rated player in this tournament, we have Sitaux in the red playing as the Persians. Maybe he's going to douche. Maybe they're feeling douchey. Who knows? Yeah. The real deal Sitaux. Right here. Playing in Hermetica Clan's Enigma Cup. It's been a little bit of a stomp. Obviously, Sitaux being a 2K7 player, the kind of two closest players to that were 2K3, or at least had 2K3 peaks in Nos Zombie and Hoy. Hoy has since dropped out, so it's just leaving Nos Zombie. Yeah, I'm hoping we're going to see some people lose some points today. That would make me really, really happy, because obviously, Sitaux and BigChief are untouched so far. But if there is going to be a team that can touch them, Dobbsn and Zachhalil, they are definitely up there. They have had some excellent games so far. You've got to believe in the Zach. Absolutely. There's probably what has been one of the most impressive, like, lower rated players. For those of you who don't know, and I'm sure most of you here do, the premise of this tournament is that there is one higher rated player paired up with a lower rated player. So you've got Mr.Dobbsn, who is around about 2k, I believe, off the top of my head, and Zachhalil, who was 1k at the point of sign up but is probably about 1150 now, possibly even knocking on 1200. Feel free to put a exclamation mark players in chat, and it will probably tell us their ratings if Hypnos has been super on it as he normally is. There he is, BigChief 894. Amazing. And yeah, where is he? Oh, I'm getting Louisiana versus Louisiana. Yeah. Hypnos. It's only Louisiana versus Louisiana there. They're playing themselves today. Okay. Whoops. Okay, so BigChief was looking to go for walls. But now he's deleted them. Sitaux's on the way up first. Nobody lost anything. What's our idle time looking like? In classic Big Chief fashion, we've got coming up to 2 minutes of idle TC time already. Yeah, 10:21, 10:37. I don't think that's actually accurate for what his current rating is now, though. I think he's much, much higher. Obviously, Sitaux just smooth as silk, 0 seconds TC idle time. It's sort of on a whole nother level, but we've even got him baiting some TC fire to cause some idle time for Dobbsn, but we should lose the scout. Nice. That's really handy. Very interested in these mule carts and how they sort of change efficiency for collecting resources. Don't need to have that gap. You can effectively move it to be wherever is going to be most efficient for you, which I love. Barracks on the way down. Barracks stable, so going for that early scout play. Zachhalil is our next player to be up and is probably going for archers. Stone, though, for the Georgians. I just don't know enough about the Georgians to be able to call what on earth the strategy is. I also find it very interesting that mule carts are constructed. Like this horse, this donkey comes out of nowhere. And walled in. I mean, I guess it's got 300 HP. It's like a little tank in its own way. It won't be dying very quick. Zach is 10:18 right now. I just don't believe that for a second. He's played so much better than a 10:18. Big Chief manages to... So Big Chief has shown that Big Chief's unit control actually better than Sitaux's so far, but that's not a surprise. Big Chief has been the consistent carry in this tournament so far. That'd be a huge it would be a huge disadvantage. It definitely would. It's just such a weird thing that you can just spawn your donkeys just out of nowhere. Okay, so walling. Scouts putting that pressure on Dobbsn. That late click up for Dobbsn is concerning, but they do have the Vil high right now. But that's only because somebody, not naming any names, but they're yellow, has only got 17 Vils. Because they are at 3 minutes of idle TC time. So, just about 20% of the game time has been spent idle from Big Chief. Again. The pressure is there. Like, is it not worth it? I guess look at that. It barely does any damage. So, no, it's not worth it to put that focus there. Market Blacksmith on the way down. There is enough of Vils by the TC to make it so these scouts can't really do a huge amount. What with them not having bloodlines or the second armor, they do die so fast to the TC. So no real damage right now, but we have our first watchtower on the way up. That will force the Georgians off stone. But Castle Age is in, so that's not too bad. The one thing Sitaux has again shown us every time is just the ability to sort of transition away from the initial plan and just take little advantages wherever they're possible. Throwing towers up, denying a resource that looks like will be somebody's kind of primary plan, making sure that we get rid of that scout. Like, there's always something. And that'll be at least one dead Vil. And it's actually 2. Very nice. So over on the other side, we're just walling up. And we will be pretty close to a full wall. This is, I mean, it's so huge. Like, when knights come rolling in over on this side, there's going to be Vils nowhere near. So it's barely delaying. This might as well be an outpost with how effective it's going to be. And the amount of resources that have to be invested in this as well is rough. Part of the pain against playing against Sitaux and Big Chief is that you think that you've managed to do good damage to the Chief. But see, any damage that you do to the Chief is already done to himself with 6 minutes of idle TC time already. Really? The Chief should be pretty much ignored. Pretty much. Focus really should be on trying to get some damage on Sitaux. Like, look, he's open. Like, something could be happening right now. Oh, and the denial of the castle is... Well, that is the something that's happening, just to the wrong player. Will the castle go up? I think so, because we have changed our point of attack. And Sitaux's eco is looking really tidy. Blacksmith on the way, so we're just effectively, as soon as Wheelbarrow and this blacksmith are done, we should be on our way up to Castle Age. Let's have a look at that res. A little short on food, actually, unless it's queued. It's not. Okay, but we are ready-ish. Basically, if we manage to get an advantage before Sitaux is in castle, this is still a winnable game, even if they... This is a very late up time for Sitaux, all things considered. Blacksmith on the way in for Zach. Market, so Castle Age kind of prepped for Zach as well. Doesn't have the res though, unless it's... No. How about Big Chief? I mean, Big Chief, if Big Chief transitions to gold, he'll be up soon, but like, look at the difference. Here's 4. Here's 19. Here's 11. Here's 15. 4. The Chief plays the game at his own pace, and he doesn't need eco to get the wins. Can you repair mule carts? You've got to be able to repair mule carts, right? Oh, and Monaspa's out. I have definitely seen people enjoying the Monaspas, considering they have pretty good damage just off the bat with the 12 base damage with no upgrades. Look at that. He's just so quick to be able to defend. And the scouts will just stay around the base of Dobbszach to just see if there can be any advantage gleaned. And what we sort of need off the back of this is probably for our green player to have started to mass up some archers. Genuinely, if we're going from the masters, oh, that's noisy. Thank you for following, not following, raiding. It's Otter. Oh, my favourite Otter one. Not on his Otter Monday though. Must have been doing some high quality death matching. In what I would say is also the best deathmatch tournament that is currently on the market. Okay, so castle coming. Are we prepping those archers? No, we're just prepping. No, we are. Okay, that's good. That's good. It's the thing that Zach needs to back his little army up. I have to say, he's got up to a good mass. He's not really taken any significant fight losses just yet. We're looking at... I just want the regular KD. There we go. So 10-4, Sitaux not really managing to get the trades that he wants. Got on the 2 TCs. But we, look at them absolutely shredding the buildings. What is this unit? It's crazy. This is looking a little rough for Sitaux. Like, this is good pressure. We've not been able to expand a huge amount. We've gone into that monk defense. But, like, one monk is not gonna really change a huge amount, especially if we... Oh, God, look at that. It's just like, no, okay, we wall the mass out. We'll get good fights against the 3. And that's 3 units that they managed to kill for nothing, just with a house. Oh, it's dirty, the speed that they can do all of that on. And at the back of this, Zach is going on to 3 TCs and starting to make 1 range crossbows. I don't love our lower rated player going on to 3 TCs. I think the lower rated player's boom will never be quite enough. 3 Vils moving forward. They're moving forward into units of Zachhalil. We're going for watchtowers. Not a bad play. Not normal for the Chief, though. The Chief is more of a fan of, like, going up 1 castle and doing some... trying to get out, like, the unique unit. I mean, they seem to come out pretty darn quick. Like, that's pretty darn quick. Look at that. That's not okay. What is that production speed? You can't be doing that. That's not okay. How fast is that? Like 8 seconds? 2, 3, 8, 9 seconds? I do not love that. Do not love that at all. What a busted ass unit. And with the defensive castle locking down pretty much the entire eco, and the fact that the fortified church is also a defensive unit as well, building as well. There's that castle that we expected from the Chief. It will at least stop the tower push from the front, and we are prepping some siege. 4th TC on the way down for Sitaux. He's just trying to out-boom the pressure, and so far, I mean, it's sort of going okay. He's up to 78 Vils. What is this? Sitaux, don't do this to them. Like, they were doing so well. It's kind of crazy, because if you take the foot off the gas against Sitaux at any point, the way that he manages to successfully boom at the back of pressure every time. So if you turn around and then double focus on Big Chief, in that small window that you have allowed Sitaux to boom without pressure, he's going to expand even more, full greed you, and then win with a better eco and military mass. Like, look at that. He's going like full monk. Even if we get 4 conversions in this, it will pretty much balance this out. Pretty much. We just need more archers on the field. If we had a decent mass of archers from Zach, especially because they're Saracen archers, so they'll really help churn through those buildings. I like them moving over, seeing if they can get some Vil picks, try and force the fight. Castle has been forced out from Sitaux. On the defensive, it's a pretty solid castle right at the front between the two. And this is kind of what I expect from the Chief. Slow creep and the unique unit from his own castle coming out. And there's not really anything at home defensively for Zach. Probably need a castle of our own somewhere useful. Oh God, don't. It's a worry. It's a worry. But it's like there's no point trying to keep the fight going over here. It's right transition around the back. This is where they're exposed. force the fights. We've got siege, we've got monks, we've got camels. Big Chief, for the first time in the tournament history, is coming over to actually back up Sitaux. I don't think it's the first time. I think we saw him try and come over and help on a hideout game. I can't remember who that was against, though. And the thing is like, this is actually the startings of a really good team comp. Like, if you've got war wagons backing up some camel riders, that's going to be very, very hard to push. The Munaspas are busted. 12 plus 5. Oh, that's a lot of free Munaspas. That's a lot of free Munaspas. Those monks got absolute value there. The 2 monks of Dobbsn, though, came in clutch. That's wiped out the army of Sitaux. The Munaspa's going to turn around and focus on the TC. If they get that TC down, that'll be absolutely huge. We've got some Scout Cav in the mix, and we have started to expand our own eco, but it's 120 vils to 91 right now. We do keep that TC alive and force those units back. Again, Big Chief coming in clutch. He's been left alone. His lack of eco still only on 4 farms. Who needs farms? Bear in mind that it's 5 farms for constant vil production, but we're at 34 vils. Doesn't need any more vils than that. Vils overrated. Vils are for noobs. He hates vils. He doesn't want them in his life. Idle time. Oh. Only 12 minutes. That's pretty good. That's actually pretty good for the Chief. 12 minutes? Only half the game, thereabout. It is Big Chief doing big work. This is actually giving Sitaux... This is an ambitious castle. I do like the imp, though. But this is a blind... This is a blind castle, and it is most certainly a castle that should not go up. Like, there are guard towers right here. I think I would have preferred this castle, like, here. Cut off the reinforcements, and then immediately start trebbing down the one castle of Sitaux. I would love that. I would really, really love that. Instead, we've changed plans, and we're putting our castle up in a place that doesn't range the gold. And we've got a little bit of a mix army over here. Munaspas are dirty. I think all it would have taken was the vils hopping in the towers, and it would have been very hard for that castle to go up. There wasn't, like, 13 vils is pretty good, but not against guard towers. The war wagons die. A little bit of an overreaction. Another castle on the way down, and we've got Knights. Imp on the way in for Sitaux, though. How far off from Imp is Zach? How far off are you, Zach? He's pretty close. He is pretty close. Arbalest on the way in. But the thing that we actually want is just Trebs. Oh, Zach's already in. Yeah, no, yeah, Zach's already in, but I know that. I meant Dobbsn. Not Zach. We know Zach's in. Zach carry the game, son. And now Sitaux is having to think about moving round to defend his ally. And while he is doing that, we've lost the TC. We've still got that ridiculous mass of Munaspas. Oh, guys, it's happening. It is happening. The force of 2 5,000 point players against 1 6,000 point player. The stone gates are wonderful. Look at that. They just destroy buildings. There's something busted about this. There's something very busted about this. No building should be dying that fast to cav. Like, there we go. Stuff be dying. Oh, good little block off there. Forces a terrible engagement for those Manaspas. And we lost loads. That's a great little fight there for Sitaux. Still got a little second wave of these darn things. And maybe with Imp and the heavy camel upgrade, we can sort of balance this out a touch. But Sitaux might... I mean, the game plan is normally leave the Chief to die, because he'll come back later and win the game. But I don't know if that's possible. If the Chief goes down to no military production at all, that might be a little rough. Sitaux just chilling over here, taking all of the Chief's gold. Has a little bit of gold left at home. But did lose out on his secondary and wasn't able to take his forward stone either because of the pressure from the Manaspas. A little bit of raiding from Zachhalil as well. That was the Imp TC? Oh, you were so right. It was. I didn't realize that. I did not. I hadn't even twigged. I was too busy enjoying this sort of total and brutal utter domination. 96%. Youch. But heavy camel is on the way. We have an army of pikes. We have an army of soon to be a small army of heavy camels. And Haub. And 124 vills. So we are now actually behind in vill count, behind Zach, who's had the freest of free booms. Still not necessarily the best of eco. I'm imagining quite a lot of that is on wood. It's actually on stone. 27 stone miners just on the one pile. Out of gold takers. And we're deciding to just mop up the Chief for now. Okay. Okay, so Cavalier and Heavy Camel. Okay. I guess we do eventually want to get into Paladin. I imagine Paladin are better than Manaspas. Maybe? Are they? I don't know. No, nothing loses to Manaspas. Whoa. I mean, 95 HP is not that great. But it's that damage, isn't it? 12 plus 4 up against the 12 plus 6. They're just a bit broken. Yeah. Oh, that's a bad fight. That's a bad fight. Let's go and all die to the Haubs. Yeah, that's grim. That's grim. And these castles might not actually go up. A little bit of micro here from the Zachster. But it's not quite enough. Yeah, suicide move by Dobbs. And off the back of this, Zach has been raided down a fair few vills. We have not noticed. Oh, no. And then the raids over here as well. He's been given an inch and he's going to take a mile. Still over 130 vills. We have a military on the field. Oh God, oh God. Oh. Ah. But see, the Chief doesn't need vills. The Chief don't care. Chief just gonna chief. Interesting castle. Oh god, please don't throw. Like, Sitaux has to lose a game in this tournament. This is the game. This is the one. But he has 12,000 points on his own. He can almost 2v1 this. He has the military. He's raiding. He knows that if he does enough damage to Dobbszach, that Zach is going to be the one that has to carry this more than he currently is. This will get dire. Because again, it doesn't matter what the Chief does. Chief's just going to chief. Oh, fucking hell. We still have... We've only just noticed now. We had 130 vills, and we're down to 87. Like, they've killed 46 units. These four. However, we do have Memalukes. The micro is not necessarily impeccable. And they're not necessarily the speediest of boys. They are being chased down, and we lose our gold as well. Elite Mameluke on the way in. And the one thing that we've going is that we're taking all of the gold. We're going to have a huge gold advantage, but we certainly don't have a vill advantage right now. 83 vills and 90 vills versus the 139 of Sitaux. Oh, it gets so scary. Like he's doing it. Light Cav, chemistry, Commanderan on the way in, so we're gonna have those trash bows just rolling out. He's just prepping himself to just do it, isn't he? When gold runs out, he's dead, but he's got the Commanderan crossbows. He's already fully teched into his Halbline. No good trade route. Well, that's true. If they start trading now and locking this off, even if they just dedicated one player to completely stonewalling. In fact, actually they do have a safe trade route because of the castles. If they start their trade here, down to here, they're actually relatively safe, even if Big Chief is hidden away in the middle. But he might call it before then. Zach's score is climbing again. Sitaux losing finally some vills. But it's that Halb mass. I'm glad that the Manaspas fall off a little bit in him. I'm glad, because they were fucking dirty. Persian cavalry earn gold. Of course, we're in brand new Persians. Persians are a whole different civ to however we knew them before. And Sitaux comes diving in with the Chief, who appears out of nowhere. This is like watching a WWE game. Like he's just come out of nowhere with the chair. Oh, this is a major attack. This is a great attack because they're pressuring with Trebs, backed up with Halbs. They've got the mass of Arbs at the back of it. The Trebs of Sitaux have been forced back and are actually dying to the elite Mamelukes. Commanderan crossbows are going down, and the elite Manaspa upgrade is on the way in. Iron casting as well. I think they've done enough. I think they have done enough. Sitau's short score should start dropping. Maybe the Chief was just a little too late in his... I don't know, whatever he was doing. I tell you what, it wasn't. It definitely wasn't making villagers. Here we go. This is the first game loss of Sitaux and Big Chief. Louisiana not on top today. I mean, the fucker's still got 143 vills. He still has an eco down to the south, but he's losing the last of his gold. It's over. The gold is done. And now it's just a slow, drawn-out trash fight. Just got to keep those trebs moving forward. Make sure that they're always supported. And don't take fights on your own, where our little micro-nerd over here in Sitaux can pick off our expensive units for his trash. I mean, I definitely wouldn't go as far as saying it'll be the first Louisiana lost set, because I think this has been a hard-fought win from DOBBZACH, right? Like, we have nearly 100 military on the field from Dobbszach, and Zachhalil has had to do wonders. Had to have an excellent boom at the back of him. Had to be effectively left alone, and that meant that Dobbszach needed to have enough pressure on his own to keep a 2k7 player distracted and out of the game, which is such a tall order. So, like, this is a very respectable win, and I think Sitaux will be impressed with them. He'll also be impressed with himself, because, I mean, he almost took it 2v1. All it needed was for Big Chief to have got that little bit further in his creep, and to maybe have started pumping out something a little useful, raiding-wise. But oh well, the Chief, he gives and he takes. We've been crammed into this corner down to the south. We're still trying to make production. We're just trying to trash this out, and we certainly have a lack of military now for Louisiana. Certainly compared to the pretty much pop-capped DOBBZACH, pretty much. There we go, the mega raids. Just trying everything he can to just try and get the trebs. Zach does need to do a little bit of a better job, actually, like, keeping his trebs together. There it is! There it is! But, Big Chief, you Koreans, though. Yeah, I just don't understand that unit. Koreans are a mid-civ. Look at that. Look at that. See that? That's a 1. Not next to Louisiana after game 1. Very exciting. Zach with the best KD. Sitaux, pretty darn close, though. His economy just leaps and bounds ahead. It's like, look, between the two of them, it's still almost even. Like, it's still almost even. It's patched. And no, I think if we saw anybody do the relic glitch, that would be an immediate admin loss. And potentially a ban from the tournament, actually, just because there's unsportsmanlike, like, it's one thing to like use a unit that's a little bit broken, right? It's definitely one thing to use a unit that's a little bit broken, like the Monaspers. It's a completely different thing to abuse a bug that gives you effectively infinite resources. Like, that's, yeah, scummy. Scummy. It doesn't feel like it's been patched. The building damage is just absurd. Like, if we... I just want to find when they dove into the... I mean, look at that. They weren't even all engaging, and it's... Like, that's not patched. That's not patched at all. Like, oof. Oof. But either way, even if it's using a scummy unit, and it is pretty scummy, that's what we needed. We needed a bit of scum to take down Louisiana. Which I'm happy to see. And let me load up game number 2. So no matter what, it won't be 2-0 for Louisiana. Happy to see it. Which means that we go to the home map of Louisiana for the first time this tournament. What is their home map, you say? Not stream ending, that's for sure. Stream right in the middle, mate. Opposite of ending. Oh, yeah, that idle TC time was large. Because he was still at 26 vils after he lost his initial base and rebuilt. I don't think he actually made any vils out of it. Right, so we go to Water Nomad. So the gimmick of this is that we now have random picked map random civ. Right, for those of you who have not been here before, picked map, so Water Nomad picked by Louisiana, and then the civs are now random, which, oh, everybody is Zachhalil. What? Why? Why is everybody Zachhalil? Thanks, Capture Age, I guess. Okay. Right. Let's just no, everybody's Zachhalil. Why? Why? Okay, so Laka, Dobbsn. Oh, it's Mr.Dobbsn, isn't it? Mr.Dobbsn. Zachhalil is Zachhalil. This will be Sitaux. MYI? MYE? Whatever, it's MY now. and no, not Zachhalil. BigChief51. Yep, there we go. Oh, hold on. No. There we go. Okay. Right. That's better. Oh, good. How come? No. No. There we go. Okay. Water Nomad. Demo heaven. And to be honest, look at the civs for Sitaux and BigChief. They have 2 fantastic water civs for a water map. That could not have gone better if it tried. Like, genuinely, Byzantines and Dravidians? Yeah. My insanity indeed. So it would be MYI. That makes sense. MYI. I'm not going to fix it now, but it is. So, Dobbszach and Zach's civs would be fantastic, not on Water Nomad. It's not like the Britons are bad on Water Nomad. There's definitely an advantage in, like, there's plenty of herdables, and, like, that's handy. It means that you can definitely have more vills going over onto wood because of that faster collection rate. And it doesn't matter if we don't quite manage to pump out as many fishing ships. Again, because of that faster collection rate. But the biggest advantage of Britons is their range, and that range will start to struggle against, like, galleons and fire galleys and demos. Ah. My young intern. Well. Predicts the idle TC time, huh? Oh. Doomed already at Civ Draft. I kind of feel it, but bear in mind that this is random Civ for Game 2. So they did not get to pick... Yeah. There we go. Close enough. Enjoy this, YouTube. 0 seconds of TC idle time for the Chief. Let's go. Let's see. It's a minute 11. Not the lowest, not the highest TC idle time here. That's Zach, who's clearly not had the best time so far. Feudal Age already in for Sitaux. Dobbszach swapping colours with Zach, now coming in the green. Clearly he was like, wait, green is OP. Let me be green. Yeah. So I'm effectively expecting to see a whole bunch of galleys. Unlike a regular water map, going fire galleys, certainly in the early game, is not normally the play. Because you've got the ability to be mobile. And these are like fast-moving archers. You're going to lean into having 2 docks, 3 docks super early. So you're going to have the production. And fires will never be in the mass that you really want. So going straight galleys to try and get some fishing ship kills. Really, really useful. So Zach doing what Zach does is walling up. But I am a little concerned that this isn't really the map that will let him do that smoothly. Certainly with small walls, because it means that all of our fishing ships are going to be trapped inside, and now they're not going to be useful. Like, we actually want to be letting these fishing ships out to, like, fish. And instead, their efficiency is going to drop... Well, efficiency. It's going to drop off a cliff. Sitaux just kind of scouting around with his first 2 boats. And his reinforcements are on the way over. Zach is chasing Sitaux's 2 with his 4. Interesting walls. Not Zach. Dobbsn. I'm sorry. You've got to be blue. You've got to be green. That's what I've learnt you as. There you will stay. Okay. What do we need? Well, to survive, and unfortunately that's going to be harder and harder to do when Sitaux is going to just start out microing. We have made... Big Chief has made a dock. He is just fishing away. But can Sitaux manage to pull off, again, a 2v1? It's just... It's the value that he manages to get from 2 units. Like, why are 2 units microing down 4? Like, that's okay. He's getting up to a decent mass at home and some demo rafts coming out to support. Now, this is a demo raft kind of map, right? Like, we're expecting big demo shots on vills. Big demo shots onto ships. Fletching is in, so this is actually a big advantage right now for Sitaux. He can take the fight at range. He has the HP advantage. He has the eco upgrade, not eco upgrades, the military upgrades as well. So getting some vill picks. Just needs to make sure he doesn't trip into that TC fire to let it level out. He knows he's got the better micro and he's taking the better fight right now. Each time, just getting that little bit of advantage. A boat, a vill, a boat, a vill. Look at that. Even though it's close, it's just when it comes down to the micro fight, it's just not. You just need something to help support. And that something really needed to be Zach. But as I say, the way that Zach is doing this is strange walls. And here are... Like, these fire galleys would have been really useful. Chief! Chief! Don't just demo the dock. Oh, we got some more demos on the way over. We do. He's demoing in pairs. There is a lot of vulnerable vills. And I know that there's fights going on down here. I know that there's damage coming in. But what's Chief going to demo this time? I mean, okay, so 2 demos, kill a gate. But there's nothing at the back of that. Chief. We're going to get a little bit of a surround going. I hope so. Oh. Well, that was a swift one. That was a swift one. Clearly, incredibly intimidated by the pure power of the of the Big Chief demos. Oh dear. I don't think Big Chief actually managed to kill anything. Yeah, no, he didn't. Oh, but he tried, damn it, he tried. What's the idol? It's right there. 5 minutes 20. 5 minutes and 20 seconds, so it is indeed under 13. But we should work out the percentage on that. Because in a 17-minute game, he's had 5 minutes 20 seconds of TC idle time. So yeah, they're about 33% idle TC, right? Like one before Castle. Yeah, Chief OP. What's the outcome? I don't know what's the outcome. I didn't make the prediction. Oh, Otter, stop being so German. Stop being so German. I had to. It's clearly stated in the rules. 13 minutes for the whole set. Classic. You will give me my points. I can't even give points. It is clearly there. Written in the handbook. Okay, so this levels out the score. It's not a best of 5, it's a best of 3. There is indeed a game 3. Best of 3. And let's hop back to this. You don't see any spoilers. And I don't see any spoilers. I mean, I'm probably going to see some spoilers, but I don't know who's going to win. Redeemed hero requests. I guess I should make it clear that during like all of these like redeems, I want my points I earned them by reading. It's Otter, if I had my way, you know you'd have all the points. But my hands are tied. I have no control over the point giveaways. I am but a measly mod. Oh. Ornlu. An Ornlu notification. Oh, I'm just being tagged. No, don't tag me. Random discords. It was a request to do a 1v1 between Student and Big Chief. I don't think I could even gift points. Like, give points. Otter what? I don't know. Otter 1. Nope. I can't give points. I'm a useless mod. Oh well. If I can't give points, then I'll stop worrying about it, and I will start worrying about the fact that we're going to see some swirling rivers. Swirling rivers. Swirling rivers. That's what they say, swirling rivers. It's not ending. I keep pressing the stream ending button, but it's not ending. It's just beginning. Hold on. It does say Big Chief idle TC time at the end of the best of 3. It does, Hypnos, it does say that. It says Big Chief idle TC time at the end of best of 3. So, yeah, the current standing is like 28 minutes then. The prediction is not clear. The prediction is Otter is right in this one. The prediction, it does currently say at the end of the total best of at the end of the best of 3. If it said G3, then it would be right. But as it currently stands, yeah, that's. Yeah. Oh Jesus Christ! Who's gonna have the idle time? Why is it doing this? Everyone is Big Chief. Oh, no. Oh. Thanks, Capture Age. Okay, so you will be Sitaux. You will be Dobbszach. You will be Zachhalil. Close enough, and I swear, if they're the other way around, I'm gonna be so sad. Let's make a prediction on cows then. Weird map. Okay, so players, I've sort of seen a 4v4 of this kind of map before, but this is interesting. Super hard to wall the front of the base nicely. I guess you could just wall here and then there. But there's not a huge amount of space and easily surrounded by water, so water definitely still important. But land can't be ignored, even though it's relatively safe this side for Dobbszach unless there's landings. Weird map. I'm kind of into it. Now you burn your onions. Oh no, not to be honest. Burnt onions is like tragic. Onions have like the nicest smell. Like every time that you're like, oh god, that cooking smells so good. It's just onions and garlic. That's the best smell. Like next to like fresh baked bread, which obviously Otter as a German is got to be well familiar with the smell of fresh baked bread. Like that's like their whole thing. Bread. Do you ever make salad and eat it, but then realise you forgot to season it, so you drink vinegar and salt to fix it? No, I can't say I have. But I love that as an idea. I thought Germans like wieners. French like their buns. No, the French, like, finding something innocent and then doing something horrific to it and then eating it. It's like, have you heard of foie gras? They're like, we'll have the baby chicken thing. We'll stuff it, and we'll just eat the baby. And snails, the innocent snails. I'm pretty sure they invented lobster. Like, why is everything so good, though? Delicious food, absolutely terrifying. Okay, so we are walling up for Sitaux. We are not walling up for anybody. Oh. Oh. No. No. Dobbsn. Oh, I'm so sorry this happened to you. You didn't deserve it. He has to dig to the river. I mean, it's halfway there if he just keeps terraforming. But this is really, really handy now for Big Chief and Sitaux, because that means that it is only Sitaux who is on water, so is getting that huge boost from the fishing eco when nobody else is on anything. First dock only just on the way up for Zach, and by the time this dock comes up, we'll have made 1 fishing ship, 2 fishing ships, and we will already have our first aggressive unit out from Sitaux. Big Chief rocking up to the 2 minutes of idle TC time, but is playing as the Chinese, which obviously has a notoriously hard start for lower rated players. Which, I feel for. I absolutely feel for. I hate the Chinese start. I can't play Chinese at all. I always end up with so much damn idle TC time. Chief, you could just like, yes, lovely, love that. Why? Why? Okay, okay, it's going. It's just no click all from the Chief. No. He's delete it one by one. Okay, Market Blacksmith on the way down for Dobbsn, so hopefully just going to try and fast castle this. Pretty rough map for Magyars. Aren't really going to be able to take a huge amount of advantage from your cav archers because water is the key. Castle age time, the same for Sitaux and Dobbsn. But the eco difference is they're bang on villagers, but there's 8 fishing ships is actually a huge thing for the early game for Sitaux, and will be a great position for them going forward. Zachhalil, though, looks like he managed to get the first hit off, but a Vil is coming over to back it up, and so it's just a fight that they cannot take. Sad times. Relics are... how many? 8 relics on the map? Okay. I don't know if they'll become relevant, but there's definitely 3 that are accessible for Dobbsn. He was chasing down the Chief. So, second dock on the way down. Very defensive, like, very hidden away dock. Let's have a look at this scouting. So we do know that it goes all the way down to the bottom, but we don't actually know the shape of the map. We've got to be so miffed when we've realised that our dock is just in completely the wrong place. And the fires from Zach come out. We actually managed to do a little bit of damage over here. I mean, we're going to lose the water fight because there's so many fishing ships that we're not actually able to kill a single one of these fishing ships. Maybe one? Maybe one? And he might... He tries to block off the damage with the second fishing ship. It's so many little details with Sitaux. New prediction, 5 mins. What is the prediction? I don't know what the prediction is. I can't see it. Somebody tell me. So I can put my guess in. Okay, at the front, so we're upgraded to fire galleys, no, to fire ships, I mean, instead of fire galleys. And Castle Age only just on the way for Zachhalil. The rough thing is that this is not a great... I'm saying it's not great for Hindustanis. Actually, if we go into Ghulams, if we lean into trying to get that castle up and get up to a decent mass of Ghulams, that might be quite useful. Especially because the only person who can actually do damage to... because it's like a little 2v2. A little 1v1, I mean. Zach is faced up against Sitaux, and Dobbszach is faced up against the Chief. And actually, Zach is the last one up. Chief in Castle Age. Shock horror, what's Chief doing? Chief is going to try and get a castle up and go for the unique unit with absolutely no eco. No fishing ships either. Made a dock, didn't make a single fishing ship, hasn't made a villager. 6 minutes of TC idle time, Jesus Christ. What's the French pronunciation for Sitaux? It's probably Sitaux. Sitaux. See, I'll tell you how Sitaux is supposed to be pronounced. It's supposed to be pronounced however the hell I damn well want. I'm a maverick. I'm an anarchist. And I love that the expansion for Zach is just away from his starting island. I wish one of them had been down this side. But I think all things considered, moving away from the immediate death that is going to be on the way from Sitaux, probably a good thing. Castle down, barracks down, houses down, a villager, and whole villager. Wow. I don't know how he's going to make more. Sitaux. Sitaux. That's what the Americans would say, isn't it? Sitaux. Oh my god, it's Sitaux. Like, Sai, and then toe. Sitaux. Dude. Sitaux. Like psychic toenail, dude. Hell yeah. There we go, nice TC position. American Sitaux. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Like, how many TCs are we making, Zach? We can't boom this much. You've got 6 farms. It's 5 like 5 farms per TC for constant vil production. Like 5 TCs is a bit of a maverick move. But Zach is a bit of a maverick. Not the only one booming. 5 TCs also out for the for Sitaux. 24 on farms though. You see, that's the difference. That's the farming eco that we need, plus the fishing ships that we have out as well. So 13 fishing ships, at least. No, 24 fishing ships and 24 farms. Like, we have a huge food eco to produce from these five TCs. $13 farms? Not quite enough. It's getting there. But obviously, ooh! We thought it was a mistake. We thought he didn't know what he was doing. We thought it was an accident, but no. It was the mega safe, super interesting, Black Forest style fish boom. Ah, hell freaking yeah. That's brilliant. There's 45 fishing ships here. That's amazing. What a massive eco, quietly massive eco for Dobbszach. Which means that he's going to be able to spam his light cav for days. There's a lot of Chuko news though. And we are stonewalling, so going for that defense. Only player on 1 TC, the only player under 50 vils. Still need more food eco out for Zach. Imp on the way in for Dobbszach and Sitaux, both showing their plus 2k kind of skills. We know Big Chief doesn't need vils to win games. Zach just going for TCs on every part of the map. The complete free boom. So we'll be moving forward, dropping a forward castle. I imagine we're just going to walk these vils in and just try and plonk the castle down, like right on top. There's nothing defensively. So, defend, like, castle at home, at the back of the base, 2 castles at home to really lock this area down. Probably could have afforded to actually be over this side, so we'd be aware of any kind of northern aggression, especially because we've got the entire of the south locked down. Okay, a little bit more defensive. There's only 3 trees here though, so a Treb could just cut through that as well to just make the attack position that little bit easier. Sitaux is pointing out where to attack, and Big Chief is on his way. Little bit of oh no. Oh no. Oh Dobbszach. Oh, Dobbszach, you're expecting to be able to, like, loop round, and it sort of looks like you're going to be able to, right? Like, you're like, I've got to be able to move round, right? But no. There is no path that way. These stables are useless. They are about as far away from the action as we can get. And the Chooks are here. And the units are pathing to the north. And there's just nothing out there. Markets are useful. Stables are not. Look at micro, overrated. You don't need to micro when you're born with the skills of a goddess. A goddess. Well, there goes Zach's original base. And off the back of this, we've got more Chukonus in the queue. It's probably the worst civ for Big Chief possible. More docks, more castles. It's going to be very hard to end this. But Zach does, again, reach Imp at an okay-ish time. But we can see that we're leaning into shipwright. We're going to go for that naval control. Water and cannon galleons pretty much range everything that's not in the corners. And they're going to make it so it's impossible to win. This is definitely a map it's interesting, right? Because fire galleys are... No, not fire galleys. Fire ships and fast fires are actually going to be pretty damn good, right? Because you can't run forever. Like, it's such a narrow little thing. So your galleys are eventually going to be forced into going into castle fire or something. Good nuisance damage onto Dobbszach. First castle on the way up for Zach. Has lost his initial position but knew it. We tried to get that raid over but it did not work. And the castle comes up defensively for Sitaux. And some lovely fortified gates as well. Super safe, super defended. And he is just walling up everywhere. Knows that, like, he can be raided. But has such a safe eco with it being on the water. And nobody else really having any significant water control. These stables are very unfortunate. Trade has started though. And trade can definitely give us the longevity that we might need for Dobbszach to carry this through to the late game. Starting to move into that Cav Archer play. So Hussars. I mean, we could land. We could kill literally half of the non-existent. Like, we've got idols. Idols. Look at that hour. Coming up to 50 minutes of TC idle time for Sitaux, but that's because he's pop capped. Unlike the 15 minutes of TC idle time for Big Chief off 1 TC. But he will hit Imp, so, you know, that's nice. Imp is wonderful because Imp stops the idle TC time from clicking up. It's just, I don't think they're in a position to have a response. Great Wall coming in for that extra wall HP. Nice little nuisance landing raid. That will immediately dive into Castle Fire. But Zach is having a no good, very bad day. Trebs up, castles up. Raids in on Sitaux, and Sitaux hasn't noticed or doesn't care. Either one of the two. It doesn't have a huge villager mass and only has 21 fishing ships now. But the Britons don't really need a huge eco. Never really have. Like 100 vils with Britons is fine. But I mean, this is good. And he did finally react and respond. But we have got a good little bit of damage down. We've killed like what? Well, okay, we've lost 18 vils. So yeah, good, worth it. Very valuable. Hasn't really distracted from the front, and there's only so much that Hussar can get done. Unless you're Hera, and then obviously Hussar can get way more done. just how are we going to try and claw this back in? The Cav Archer mass is good, and they are actually doing more damage to the Galleons than I expected them to. And the extra HP on them does mean that they tank that little bit more damage than archers would. But it's just like, this is only 6, right? If this is 15, that changes it. It's so hard to push Navy when you've only got a land force. But every cannon galleon that goes down is not great. Skirm, not a great answer to boats. But we send in the Hussar to kill the Trebs. Love it, love it. And we did kill the Vils trying to get the expansion in, and we're not going to be able to make any more of our stable units down here. We tried to quick wall Avenil in, didn't work. And the Chief is expanding his eco down to the south, and we are prepping trade. But unfortunately, Sitaux has prepped his trade, and there is... He needs... Okay, you know what? Just build one market down here. Have Big Chief build his one market over here, or over here. And send all of these markets to this market, and then they'll path down to the new market over here. No, okay, we're just going to walk the lot. No, don't. Like, there's a Vil here. We don't need to. Don't have Big Chief take the long path. We could be doing this already. The trade could be doing it itself. What's Sitaux's res? Well, he's got over 1,000 relic gold with 4 relics collected. He has enough wood to shake a stick at. Has 2k food in the bank and 1,000 gold. Could be going for some Britain Paladins if he wanted, I imagine. Rocketry on the way and town patrol for Sitaux and the Chief. And a castle coming up, again in a really threatening position. When you lose control of an entire half, you make water really, really hard to fight. Just throwing down castles is locking off a huge amount of map control. And we need some cannon galleons of our own to deal with castles that come up. This is a really funky map. I kind of like it. Like the proper duality of like a water-land hybrid, where if you lose water, you're still on land, and it could still be won, but it's like water is even more important here, it feels, than it is on like Team Islands. Like, it feels so huge. I'm an expert at everything, Otter. My sage advice is always there. I tell you what, this isn't. This isn't a great swords map, and we're halfway. We're almost there. We're almost there. The Vil will eventually reach the... Maybe it'll reach down here before the GG comes in. Who knows? I want to see Alpha Zero convert 50 ships at a time. I mean, it's a good. I'm saying healthy. 44 trade is pretty healthy, and it's more than everybody else, that's for sure. We've got Elite Chukonu, Fast Fires. We deleted our tower upgrade. And he's trying to convert the cannon galleon. Murder holes. Fast Fires does come in. And we'll probably win the water over here as well. Treb's doing a good job of trying to kill docks and towers. I think Guard Tower was definitely worth it. Keep would be, for sure. Oh, look at that for a landing. Snipes all the Vils. That's handy. Demos going off. Look at bada booms, bada booms. At the moment, Fast Fires are doing good. And very good work for Sitaux. Overall score still favouring Dobbsn and Zach because, again, Big Chief is just doing what Big Chief does. And it is holding. In a 1v1, all Big Chief needs to do is die slower than Big Chief can kill. And Big Chief, he can't kill. He throws in so many different things. He got onagers on the field trying to mix it up as well. The concern for me is that we're probably being propped up by our trade right now. And our trade is so vulnerable if we lose this water fight. And as we see these vills moving over to try and build docks over here, will we see them come up? Yes, we will. So we should have some kind of response out. Would be really nice. Because otherwise we're gonna have a shit time. We're gonna have such a shit time. Prepping some landings of our own. And I do think that this is a strangled game for Dobbsn and Zachhalil. I think Sitaux is just gonna... He's gonna do that 2v1 thing. Because this fight that is taking all of Dobbsn's energy isn't even on Sitaux's radar. Like, he's prepping down here. He's thinking about getting his trade working. Chief. Yeah. At least the trade is now up and running. That will definitely help Sitaux. Still able to take plenty of gold. 63 vills though. 123 for Zach. Can probably afford to lose quite a lot of them if we are trading. We can see that we're down at 55 vills and 44 fish, so these should all be wood choppers to try and get us up to a decent boat mass. But we are just not there. 8 fast fires, 7 cannon galleons and 3 galleys. And at the back of this, I just think that if Sitaux massed up his entire navy, he could just win this fight. Like, he has 51 galleons, 3 heavy demos, 1 cannon, 5 fast fires. Like, if he masses, he wins, but he's just spreading himself out and just doing damage sort of everywhere. This castle should go down. I wonder if we've got Warwolf. I don't know the stats of a Treb enough to be able to tell. It doesn't look like it, right? Because it would add something. I mean, they've been trading, right? They've been trading for days. But they're not able to get any significant advantage off the back of it. Like, this castle will go down, but there's 41 galleons, like, right here that can mop this up. And allowing them to dive in and do damage to the trade. Look at this! Absolutely filthy. Forces all of the trade to path round into the 27, into the galleys. Oh. Beautiful. Totally walled off. That's just killed all of the trade. Has deleted the markets, so that's done. I think the GG will probably not be far off. Right, there's no position. We're gonna try and do like a last ditch raid of our own. And look, he's pathing them back. He's sending them back. because he knows the attack is on its way. He's going to try and wall them out. Knows that he won't get there in time. Interesting castle should be denied by the heavy cav archers. If he's looking. Need more fast fires. Trebs trying to treb their way back in. Making some emergency markets in what will be just... Oh, God, we just need to onager cut that wood or something. We are mopping up down south and are getting at least a decent fight. It's very risky fighting with these galleons right by the docks of Dobbszach, because each demo that pops out does big, big damage. Elite Longbowman on the way in. I think Elite Longbowman is a great choice. That extra range means that they're going to be able to take engagements pretty much whenever. They have the food, but what's the point? Food is not important right now. Boats are important, and boats are Sitaux's game. Hey Zach, you you okay there? He's like, I will win my island. I will win. I will at least force the chief away. Might be a little bit of a last hurrah though. Trying to get a little bit of damage down to the south. Galleons will be there. There's so many. They're going for the mass. You can't kill them all. So some of them will get past. I have to say, that's probably doing good. There's not a huge amount of gold there for Sitaux. So just delaying this gold income means that every ship lost, it can't really be replaced right now. So that's pretty good. That's certainly delaying for Dobbszach, and it means that we will be able to kind of hopefully open some of this up to kind of expand our trade out here as well. The other option is to start trading this way, considering it's... I mean, I'm saying relatively safe. It's just not. It's just not. We need to regain some kind of control over this side, but we're patrolling, we're making sure that we're just keeping them strangled. Sitaux is not going for the fast win. He's going for the slow, methodical win. The cav archers have done good. They're able to sort of like take some darn fights. But longboats. Heavy demos on the way. Yeah. This is a strength. He's a boa constrictor on swirling rivers. This fucking snake ass map. And I'm a little sad we've not seen any beautiful big demo shots. They're just denied. The pathing does not allow it. God. Oh God. Oh. I mean that was okay. That was good. That was a good demo shot. It's just production. Right? There's 32 docks. Versus, I mean, it says 17, but we'll discount all of... Oh no! These 5. So, yeah. And we're just never going to be able to get onto onto water in any meaningful way. And again, we dive in to do a little bit more raiding. But it's just, I don't know, dog. Like, we sort of have this locked down. There's even a castle here. Castles and keeps, and we've got the market, but everything that comes this way is going to die. Big Chief going for houses in the corner. She's like, no, just stop here. Stop here. No, stop there. He's like, it's fine. I can lose a few. It's okay. And he's oh, that's so dirty. He moves the trade cart over the longboats so they can't easily be focus fired. Oh. Yes, and he gives up on the long trade, goes back to the short trade. But a little wave comes forward, and we do manage to get a bit of a naval mass going for our DOBBZACH team. They still technically don't have the military lead, which is amazing, because Big Chief has one heavy camel rider, one treb, and a transport. The other 120 units are just Sitaux. Like, Sitaux has 41 villagers, 23 trade carts, 7 fishing ships, and then military. I mean, it can certainly drag this game out, right? Like, it can certainly drag this game out, but again, we got that little successful wave, and then that wave came into the pure production of Sitaux. The biggest thing is actually been sort of slowing down that regular consistent trade. It is slowing down the production of Sitaux. And I'm still debating whether it would have been worth it for Sitaux to mass up his units. But I guess having them spread out is possibly better in the long run, because it stops expansion and it stops raiding coming from elsewhere. Love this. We're just gonna stone wall off the potential landings, just make our trade safe. And as long as we have some sort of military or control over this area, it'll be game over. It is true. Can't slow down the fishing ships, but we did actually lose some of those shipsies there. That's unfortunate. We are probably looking at running out of wood soonish, though it's not going to become a wood game. Certainly not for Sitaux and Chief. Louisiana, loads of wood. They're a full wood team. What are you doing there, Trebs? You okay? You know, want to do something useful? No? Okay. That's fine. I can't even remember what the statistics hotkey is. Oh, is it here? Statistics. Let's have a look at that trade overall. Dobbszac. Overall most res. Loads of food from his amazing fishing ship eco, which is handy for the Magyars. But golden stone for Sitaux, significant. Dobbsn with the trade profit. But Big Chief has just been Big Chief, more like Big Sling. Big Sling. 6,800 res just dedicated to be sent over to Sitaux. Big Chief up at 65 vils, so that's the probably Big Chief's vil high in the tournament. Yeah. The power of the sling, and look at Scout Cav. Sure, dude. Sure. Why not, eh? Why not make Scout / Light Cav against the Magyars? That's okay, dog. You do you. And we do actually clear up this little area of the map, throw down some castles, and this kind of naval mass has done wonders to sort of secure this area. We are killing the production. That's what we're doing. We are killing the production. And that is a concern, because if blue can't mass, then we'll pop out some heavy demos. We'll pop out some fires from the back, and we'll get some dirty surrounds. Oh! Oh, God! Oh! That was big. That was destructive. That was like a third of the military gone. And it's just like surround on surround. So we pull back, we surround this little enclave of units. Heavy demos coming in to like chip away. And while we do that, we just start massing from these docks over here. I like that we're searching for it, but all of these boats are low. And the light cav come rolling in. They can't they can't do anything. There's no oh, gee. There's no path over there. And we have actually, we're making more. We're increasing our fishing ship number. We've even added in some defensive boats as well. Why not, eh? Why not? And we are, again, we really value having ships on this northern side. Making sure, and again, we're stopping those markets from coming up. Trebs are going to do good stuff. Trebs are going to do good stuff. And it's okay, Big Chief. You got this. You got this, Chief. No, I think Zach has done amazing. I think consistently Zach performs above where he's supposed to. I think one of the things that Zach does so well, being a lower rated player, something that I think I cannot praise enough, is that he does for a lower rated player, he does a fantastic job of building his economy so he can be useful. And then he takes instruction well, there's good communication between the two players, and they're taking fights as a team that give them an advantage 2v1. Like, if you cannot beat this player by fighting evenly, you've got to take uneven fights. And Zach is at least delaying. Just needs a little bit more production. To be honest, sending these elite skirms over to just be in the way would be useful. We have almost cleaned up this northern side. And it's so important for us to clean up this northern side. To allow us to trade properly, to allow us to start to, like, come back into this game. We're at an hour 22. I expect it to be done by 10 o'clock. This is definitely the longest set for Louisiana. And this is definitely a hard map to end the game, like, to end. Because it's a slow and steady water slog with secure trade. Trade that is hard to raid. I would have liked to see something. I don't know what that something would be. Like down here. But it is not Sitaux diving in with 22 long swords. Not long swords, long bowmen. That one. The last long thing. There we go. He's splitting off his units. Gonna kill the Vils. The stranglehold is on. We'll lose this entire corner, which will be the closest thing to putting pressure on the trade. With no access to killing the trade, eventually we'll just be out of position. Like, I love that the cannons are still just sort of like doing their thing. I bet Zach doesn't even know that they're here. And it is cleared up. And it is more light cav. 37 light cav, 4. 6. Heavy cavalry. Heavy camels, that's the word. Heavy camels. Yeah, it's true. You're enjoying the pace of this game and don't want it to end. Well, I love it. We're 76 Vils off 1 TC. 93 including our trade carts. Castle's coming up to be... I don't know. We're defending our wood line, I guess? How do Ghulams do when receiving damage from boats? Okay, well, they seem pretty tanky against those boats. That's not too bad. And we have fully managed to win the water fight to the north. And Dobbszach is doing some damage to the unattended boats. Ghulam doing Ghulam things. I wonder what the point of this is. I think it's just to completely secure this little peninsula. Oh! Elite longboats, but we already have some skirms and Ghulams in play, ready to deal with this. Okay. I mean, this is a way longer game than I expected. The castle does come up, but we already have murder holes. We saw that come in earlier, so the Ghulam can't take that down. So we would need to get something up of our own, but we will fully manage to lock this peninsula down, other than the fact that we actually have 21 Vils hidden away back here. And we're just going to split this off and throw another TC down. Will these Vils get spotted? They might. We will finally knock off the entire sort of northern military mass, though. Of boats, naval mass. Not military, naval. I mean, they're still here. They're living their best life. And their camels are coming to kill the siege workshops. Getting their revenge for earlier. I mean, how do you tell if it's a Warwolf Treb? I mean, I guess if its range is... if it's 100% accurate and acts like an onager, I would say that's 100% accurate and acts like an onager. Boom. Boom. Ready. Trebs go down, but the TC and the Trebs go down of Zach, and we don't actually manage to kill the castle. Yes? I don't know how, but I guess we could have a look at the statistics and look at technologies, maybe, and see the military techs. All of them! All of them! All of those! Like, we've even got longswordsmen hidden away in there. Interesting. You can see the explosion when it has Warwolf. Are people buying wood? Like, is that... Are we taking this as a wood game? There's so much wood down to the south, though. And on our controlled islands. Like... I'm loving this double push, though. It's just numbers. But we're just not able to take any fair fights. The Warwolf Trebs are just... They're so wild. Sitaux doesn't have pop for eco. Are we... I wonder, do you think we're still... Do you think we're still sending rares? Economy, yeah, look at that. 20,000 res sent. He doesn't need. If the mega eco of... And I bet it's just wood. I bet Big Chief is literally just full... All of his vills... Yeah, 64 of his vills are on wood. And then... These 69... Yeah, it's literally all of his vills, except his farmers, pretty much, are just on wood, sending wood to Sitaux. That's crazy. That's more than I make in a game. That is more than you make in a game. I just... Even though they're doing... I mean, they're doing so good 2v1. And I don't actually imagine that Big Chief is ever going to swing this out. But, like, mentally... DOBBZACH has to be, like, done, right? Like, they have to be... knackered. You've got 4,000 points on Sitaux. You can... We get close to pushing his navy back, and then there's just more. And at the same time, he's slow encroaching everywhere that you're not keeping, like, your attention. Yeah. Probably landing in his base could end it. Yes. Considering how exposed we are, if we manage to land and get like a castle or something here to help pressure into this area, it's over. I like expanding to wood for DOBBZACH. I like that I'd like to see more docks on this side. There's even some gold that we could take. 1,000 of it. But look, we're just prepping siege. I think this will just be onager. I think we'll just cut all of the wood. I think we're going to try and wood starve him. Like, this isn't for anything else but onagers. Because it's like, okay, they can't have much wood left on their side of the map. I mean, they do. They've got all of this. But they've got to be trying to get some wood. They've got to have nothing left, right? I think it's unfortunate that they didn't notice that Zach is still taking wood down here. But look, Big Chief slowly creeping up in score. Trade and raid. There it is, look! This guy. Oh! Oh yeah, baby! Ah! I can think like a 2K7 player. Mr.Dobbsn over here. Wahaha! That's so funny. Heated shot keeps. I don't know if that's better than a castle, but I guess, yeah, I mean, it's there. This castle should go down. Hand cannoneers. Missed that. Let's go, Zach, with your hand cannons. And then, do we, off the back of this, try and throw some docks down? I just think that we're just going to go over and start just clearing all of this wood out. And then he's prepped the clearing of the wood, and after he's prepped it, he's like, oh, I'm actually winning water again. Because they've had to transition to such a large land army to not really manage to achieve a huge amount. Siege Onager, I mean, it's just regular Onager will pop out and do great damage to these hand cannons in a second. We should lose at least kind of 4. Probably target this section. Okay, no. Just 1. 2. Okay, well that did way worse than it should have done. Boom. Trip goes down. Oh. And that castle again stays up. It's just kind of dirty. But the navy is uncontested. There's nothing left. There's nothing left. They're just out of everything. And it's wood. They are completely wood starved. Not like Sitaux, who has 11,000 wood in the bank. And I imagine, again, that is all just being sent to him. Look at that. Trying to get something going down in the south, but by changing their angle of attack, they have lost their position, and the onagers haven't even gone for the cut. They didn't need to. They managed to do enough just together. I think that we're probably pretty darn close to a GG. I mean, I'm always constantly impressed by their ability to hold, but we are going to lose our trade again because of the position. We're losing our production. Like, It is a close set. And they've, I mean, the wood has been spotted down south. And they've played so well. But the power of Sling, and like, Sling is absurd. Because it doesn't matter. Like, Sitaux he can play 2v1 if he can have all of the military mass. And that's the thing. Like, he's got 73 military. So he has more boats on the field than the entirety of DOBBZACH on his own. As long as he's propped up by the economy of BigChief, who is able to just infinitely send him wood and gold, that's the only thing he needs for his boats. So he will never lose, because he's got all of the wood and the gold from an entire team. He does. 128 eco. The eco lead in the game. You love to see it, don't you? You absolutely love to see it. We're at the point where I would not be surprised if Red just deleted all of their vills soon. No need to though, because finally, after an hour and 50, over an hour, real time, the GG gets called. And what a fantastic set. I mean, I am, again, so proud of DOBBZACH. They are just a fantastic team. Managing to get the win in Game 1. Game 2, probably not played to their strengths. Game 3, dragged this out to probably the longest set of the tournament so far. Facing up against the beast, the beastly Frenchman. Looking great. Like, Zach, super impressive. Super duper impressive. But BigChief, just send in literally everything. I imagine if we go to, like, BigChief, he doesn't, I mean, he's still got a lot of rares. And with all of that res, he made light cav and 20 heavy cams. How do you win in 15 minutes and then go 1.5 hours? I can tell you. I can tell you that that's just water nomad things. Well, we won't have an interview today, even if our players are here, because it is 10:15. And I have to work in the morning, and so does my partner. So I am going to call the stream there, and thank you all for hanging out. It's been a blast. I'm so happy that finally, after all this time, somebody has managed to take a game, the first game, off Louisiana, and certainly pressured them. I think they will have been confident that they will have won this the entire time. I think there has definitely been sets that Louisiana have been closer to losing in games. But damn. A 2-1 for Louisiana. Love it. Absolutely love it. 3 bangers. Absolutely 3 bangers. And I hope to see more bangers, because this... Let me... Hold on. Before I go. Challenge Enigma Cup. Let us see the standings. And I hope they're up to date. Oh, will that have meant that DOBBZACH are officially out? Does that mean that DOBBZACH can't make it? It might do, you know. I would be miserable if DOBBZACH didn't make it through. Partly because that's Age of Umpires got an admin loss. And that was against Flaming Camels, so Flaming Camels got a free win where they managed to win. It gave them a 2-0 win, and that could have been a 2-1 set. Age of Umpires is that team that, like, so close, a bit like Portalad. Like, Portalad is so good. Like, all of these teams are so good, but hold on. So you can see as well. Why not, hey? I pressed the wrong button. And I was just merrily talking to myself, going over all of the points, and you've all missed that. I had so many good insights. But it's all gone. It's all over. Our next match, Louisiana versus Portalad. I'm gutted that Portalad will again probably not manage to get another win, even though they've got Portales and Elajashek, who are so strong. Like, they've been so close every time they've played. Is it Portales and Elajashek? No, it's that's Portales and Salad, not Elajashek. Elajashek is in Mindless Crusaders, and they're currently second, which is fucking wild. What an absolute beast. Not guaranteed to get through, though, because Leftnatics have been on a bit of a tear as well. Leftnatics up against Flaming Camels. Now, Flaming Camels are great, but I could definitely see Leftnatics taking that set. Dubrox and Mad Tomsky are brilliant. I think they're an amazing team. It's definitely one of the most competitive sets against Louisiana that we've had. But Lefty Sexton and Wizentic, and Lefty Sexton is a fucking smurf. He's definitely over 1100 right now, playing with, like, in pure skill, playing with way better feel than his score, like his elo dictates. Wisenatic is just brilliant. Lefty is mid. I don't know about that. I'm surprised about Tuna Plus being as, like, low down as they are, because Nazombie is a beast, but Violet is has some of the same problems that that Chief has, and I don't think that they have played together enough practice outside of these tourney games to to really level that out, unlike some of these other teams. Mindless, so DOBBZACH Mindless Crusaders for the last one. No! No! Because DOBBZACH have... Oh god, no, this does mean that DOBBZACH can't win, right? They can't go through. Because they already have their bye points. So everybody else is going to get points. And only if they win their last game. They have to beat Mindless Crusaders. And Flaming Camels have to lose against Leftnatics. And then Flaming Camels have to lose against Tuna. So it's down to if Tuna can pull out the win. I mean, Leftnatics could lose twice. They're pretty much, I'm not saying guaranteed to lose against Louisiana. Maybe that's it. Maybe they get in over Leftnatics, but then does that not just put them even? Oh, and then it's based... Oh, God, it's going to make it so complicated. It's going to be so... Oh, yeah. Head-to-head, maybe. And I know that there's... Like, there's stuff going into it, because there's more ways that the points break down. Which is why, like, even though Mindless Crusaders have 6 set wins, they've got some 2-1s in there, which means that they've only got 12 points, even though they've got 6 set wins, while Leftnatics have got some kind of like mid like 2-1s, so they managed to get some extra points in there, which has dragged them up. Because like they've got the same everything as Flaming Camels, but they've had less ones where they've been 2-0'd, right? Flaming Camels 2-0'd Age of Empires. Leftnatics 2-0'd DOBBZACH. Fucking wild. That was a wild set. Leftnatics 2-1 Burgermeister. 2-0'd Tuna. 2-0'd Age of Empires. 2-1 against Mindless Crusaders, who are fucking wild. And lost 2-1 to Choi. And Choi are now out of the game. So everybody else is getting 2-0 against Choi, except Leftnatics, who I think were the only team to lose to them. Yeah. So Choi had a little... That was before Leftnatics had the chance to, like, really... Yeah. It is unfair. It is. I think that's a good point. We probably should scooch our asses back and redo the scores for all of the choice sets. Every choice set should be 2-0. Every single one. Because they're not... Yeah, they're not relevant, right? They've dropped out. Because nobody else had the chance to lose. Because Choi dropped out, what? Round 3, round 4? So Mindless Crusaders got 3-2-0. Age of Empires got 3-2-0. Tuna got a 3-2-0. Burgermeister got a 3-2-0. DOBBZACH's got a 3-2-0. And that 3-2-0 is huge for DOBBZACH's chances of getting through. Yeah. No, I think you are absolutely right, Otter. Thank you for nudging us in the right direction. And that, oh boy, that puts the left Natics. That'll put them up. So actually, by doing... Sorry, sorry, DOBBZACH. We've just made this even harder for you. Oh, it doesn't matter. You would have got your 3-2-0 anyway. We had that case in Deathmatch World Cup 5. Qualies quite a bit. Yeah, qualifiers do that. Right. But that's... Oh, no, I don't even want to be showing you this. That is enough of that. I'm going to go to bed. This has been an absolute hoot. I will see you all another time. Maybe the next time that there's an interesting match on the Hermetica channel. Goodbye. Got that wrong, didn't I? Press the wrong... We're not starting. We're ending. Sorry. It's